Hey, what's up, family? Yo, this one here, touch on a lot of stuff we all deal with in life. Sometimes some people know how to really piss you off, right? Right? So that's why I'm going to title this one here, Don't Let People Drive You Crazy. Because some people love to see, I got it. Look at it going crazy. Don't let them drive you crazy. It kind of touches on one of my videos I did a while ago called, Don't Let People Get Up Under Your Skin. Because there's so much to talk about that. That's why I'm kind of touching on it again, but giving it a different spin. This one called, Don't Let People Drive You Crazy. Literally, starting right off the top, think about it. Road rage. Although I did a video on that many years ago, still go check that out. But we know and we see how people get in road rage and what? They literally drive you crazy. You get what I'm saying? And don't let that get to you. Be able to continue your day without letting someone drive you crazy. Unfortunately, sometimes our family and our friends drive us crazy, especially when we're giving them good advice and they don't want to listen. And then things go all crazy, haywire. They go through so much, purgatory. That's the word of the day. As always, love to give you a word of the day. Why? Why do I give you a word of the day in my videos? Because I'm trying to help any and everyone that watch the video broaden your vocabulary. Use different words of the day. And that's why I try to give you an example when I use the words so it can stick. You get what I'm saying? It can really stick in your head. Oh, I know how to use that word. What does the word purgatory mean? It means a state of like a sinner, torture, torment, misery. Something going through something real bad. Wouldn't that sound like with this here? Don't let nobody get you in such a purgatory state, such a miserable state. No, don't let them do that to you. Because some people thrive on that. Some people, their lives are so screwed up that they happy to mess your life up. You ever been in a restaurant, you order something, they mess up your order? It's almost like sometimes because they having a bad day, they want to mess up your day. Oh, how about motor vehicles? We know how motor vehicles people are, right? You be saying to yourself, man, they just love giving people a hard time. Since they going through such a purgatory lifestyle, purgatory, Purgatory, purgatory. Yeah, remember, it just means torture, torment, misery. Someone that's so miserable. And now, what's the old saying your parents taught you when you was a kid, or your grandparents? Misery loves what?
Company.
Yes, it do. Misery loves company. Purgatory loves purgatory. Because if they going through something bad, they don't want to see you happy. They certainly don't want to see you happy. They like, man, I want to rain on your parade. Man, it reminds me of this childhood story I heard a while ago. Speaking of that, it said something like this. It said, one day a snake was in the forest. And the snake seen a firefly, the lightning bug. And it attacked it. When it attacked it, and the lightning bug got away. See, this snake life is so miserable. Right? So it went to attacking the firefly got away here. Then it went to attacking another way, and the firefly got away that way. And then eventually the firefly said to the snake, hey, Mr. Snake, why are you attacking me? And he said, yeah, and he just tried to attack me again. He said, well, wait, let me ask you a question. And the snake said, what is it? He said, am I on your food list? And the snake said, no. He said, well, have I done anything to you? And the snake said, no. And then the firefly said, well, why do you keep attacking me? And the snake said, just what a snake would say. And sometimes those snakes be people right amongst us. The snake said, remember, he's talking to a firefly, the bug that lights up. And the snake said, the reason I keep attacking you, because I hate to see you shine. You see what I'm saying? Some people just want to bring misery on you, purgatory, because their lives are so messed up. I'm going to give you another great story dealing with purgatory. Remember, torture, torment, misery, a sinful, living in a sinful state, such mindset, whatever. This was this old movie. Matter of fact, it was called Miserine, like misery. Well, y'all that didn't see it, trust me, go find that movie. I'll tell you, this was good. But I'm just going to give you this one scene with dealing with purgatory. Remember, torture, torment, misery. And the movie's called Miserine. Watch this. This guy, he was an assassin, right? So these other cats, they caught him. And when they caught him, they was going to do nothing but give him purgatory, torture, extreme torture and misery, right? So when they caught him, they threw him in a jail cell with no windows, no windows, nothing, right? And they locked the door. There's no way he could get out. And while he was in there, they had these super bright lights beaming right in his face from the left, from the right, from the back, from the front, from the rear, from the top. And all the guy kept saying was, cut out them lights! Cut out the damn lights! I can't see anything! Cut out the damn lights! It was driving him crazy. It was driving him to a purgatory state of mind, sinful, real in a misery state of mind. And no matter what, he looked to the left, the bright lights was like, bing, to the front, bing, 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 everywhere. He's like, cut off the lights, you sons of bitches, cut off the lights. And they let him stay in that room for about 2 days with them bright lights right on his face, driving him crazy. And only piece that he got, he would have to go in the corner and he would have to honestly be like this so the lights wasn't in his face. And he was like that for 2 days straight. So he would be in the corner, curled up, just so the lights wouldn't be in his face. Now you think that's bad. Oh no, it got worse. How worse could it get? Yeah, with the lights, it got worse. They bright as heck. So this is what they did. About the 3rd day, they opened up, because they was giving him his food with the bright lights. Take his food with the bright light. He said, cut off the lights! Cut off the lights! So on the 3rd day, they had a letter. They said, your wife wrote you a letter, you scumbag. And they slid the letter into his cell. When they slid the letter into his cell, he was so happy to open it. Right? He opened the letter. Oh, let me see what my wife wrote. Dear honey. Oh, so happy. Dear honey, I just wanted to let you know. And just like that, they cut the lights off. He was in total darkness. And right away, he's like, you sons of bitches! Cut the light back on, you sons of bitches! I can't believe you won't let me read my wife's letter, you sons of bitches! But you see what they was doing? They was like, we're going to torture purgatory the heck out of this guy. And we ain't had to lift one finger in violence. We mentally got in his head and drove him crazy. See, I've said something like this many times before to people. Do you know there's a place where some people go to prison, but do you know there's prison inside of prison? And I know that sounds crazy. You go, what? Prison inside prison? You know what it's called? Consolidated confinement. Could you imagine a person going through such purgatory, misery, while they're in prison, that now they get sent to consolidated confinement? It's another form of purgatory, misery. Because now, could you imagine you're in a room for just a lousy 2 weeks? Some people go longer than that. But could you imagine just 2 weeks, you don't get to touch nobody. You don't get to talk to nobody. You don't get to see nobody. You don't get to interact with nobody on no level. We wasn't put on this earth to be like a hermit like that. That would drive a person crazy. That purgatory 2 weeks would drive anybody crazy, like that guy. I just thought that part of the movie was it was so mean what they did to him. They had them bright lights in his face, and all he's saying is cut it off. And then they give him the letter to read, and then he's so happy they cut the lights off. That was messed up. But yeah, ultimately, like I said, don't let some people drive you crazy. Because, like I said earlier, some people get a kick out of that. Like the snake. He didn't want to see the firefly shine. You know, some people, their lives are so miserable, they get up in the morning thinking of a way to drive somebody else crazy. It might be your neighbor, it might be your coworker, it might be your family member. We all been through that with family members, like I said earlier. That pisses any family member off. When you trying to help a family member, you tell them all the good things and the right things to do, and they go against everything you said. And then when things go totally wrong, they got to come back to what? The safety net. Meaning the family. Oh, help me out. I know I didn't listen when y'all told me, but you know, I need your help. That will drive you crazy as a person, because eventually what you got to do, cut off that safety net, unfortunately. Especially if they keep being hard-headed. But ultimately, like I'm saying, don't let a person drive you to a state of purgatory, misery, torture, torment. Don't let people drive you crazy, because some people love it. You gotta be strong in yourself and say, nah. They're going through a miserable time. Road rage or whatever the case, somebody going through a bad. Don't let them drive you crazy because they in a state of misery or purgatory. Understand, folks? Have a better day in your life, in your journey. Peace.